Have you ever felt a lie before you heard it? It was a cold dread that settled in my gut as I held my wife's phone, the screen glowing in the 2 a.m. darkness of our Chicago brownstone. It's a single notification from a name I didn't recognize, Marcus. The message was simple, but it shattered everything. Last night was incredible. Can't stop thinking about you. Isabella was sleeping peacefully beside me, the picture of innocence. But the lie was a living thing in the room now, suffocating me. I had the sudden, chilling realization that the woman I had built my life with was a complete stranger, and her phone held the key to a secret life I was never meant to see. If you genuinely enjoy our stories, please subscribe to the channel, tell us where you're from, and what time it is right now. It's always fascinating to know how far our story flows. The first crack appeared 3 weeks before that night. It was subtle. Sudden obsession with her phone angled away from me. Late-night work emergencies at the marketing firm she was a partner at. When I'd try to hug her, she'd stiffen, a polite but firm wall between us. "Long day, honey," she'd murmur, already pulling away. We were sitting in our favorite booth at Gibsons Bar and Steakhouse on Rush Street, a place where we'd celebrated anniversaries and promotions. I reached for her hand across the table, and she flinched, pulling it back to check a notification. She laughed it off, a brittle sound. "Sorry, just a deadline." But her eyes were cold, distant. That night, I felt a profound sense of humiliation, like a fool in a play where everyone but me knew the script. The discoveries came in fragments, like shards of a broken mirror. A receipt from the Langham Hotel tucked into her glove compartment, dated on a day she was supposedly at a conference in Schaumburg. A credit card statement with charges for dinners I wasn't at, for gifts I never received. The lies became more elaborate, more brazen. She started gaslighting me, making me question my own sanity. "You're being paranoid, James," she'd say, her voice dripping with manufactured concern. "Maybe you're stressed at work?" She made me feel like the villain, the one who was breaking us apart with my unfounded suspicions. The woman I loved was transforming into a monster of manipulation, and I was her primary target. She and this Marcus felt untouchable, wrapped in a bubble of arrogance and deceit. The breaking point came on a rainy Tuesday. I called her office to ask about dinner plans. The receptionist, a kind woman named Carol, sounded confused. "James, Isabella hasn't been in for 3 weeks. She took a leave of absence. Said she had a family emergency." The rain on the windowpane blurred into the tears welling in my eyes. 3 weeks. 3 weeks of lies, of fabricated workdays, of a life lived entirely behind my back. I hung up the phone and slid down the kitchen wall, the cold tile a stark contrast to the fire of betrayal burning in my chest. I was completely broken. But as I sat there, a new feeling began to smolder beneath the grief. Rage. Cold, clear, strategic rage. The loyal, loving husband was gone. In his place was a man with nothing left to lose. My revenge began not with a bang, but with a click. The click of a private investigator's camera shutter. I hired the best in Chicago, a former detective who specialized in marital infidelity. For 2 months, I gathered proof. Photos of Isabella and Marcus leaving his luxury condo on Lakeshore Drive, their arms wrapped around each other. Videos of them kissing in a secluded corner of Millennium Park. Financial records showing she had transferred a significant amount from our joint savings into a private account. I documented every lie, every stolen moment, every dollar. While she was playing the part of the concerned wife, worried about my increasing paranoia, I was building her cage. I met with my lawyer, a shark named David, and we set the traps. We filed for divorce, citing infidelity, and attached a mountain of evidence that was both irrefutable and humiliating. We prepared to freeze her assets and subpoena Marcus as a witness. The public exposure was a masterpiece of social destruction. Isabella was a rising star in Chicago's marketing scene. A woman who had built her career on an image of trustworthiness and sharp intellect. I chose the annual Chicago Marketing Awards Gala, an event where she was set to receive a prestigious award, as my stage. As she walked toward the podium, beaming under the spotlights, the projector screen behind her flickered. Instead of her corporate headshot, a picture of her and Marcus, locked in a passionate embrace outside the Langham, filled the screen. A collective gasp rippled through the ballroom, then another photo, and another. A slideshow of her deceit set to the haunting melody of the song we danced to at our wedding. The silence was deafening. Her face broadcast on the giant screens crumbled. The arrogance evaporated, replaced by pure, panicked horror. She fled the stage, the sound of whispers and camera flashes chasing her out of the room, her career and reputation in ashes. The legal battle was swift and brutal. Faced with incontrovertible evidence, she had no defense. Marcus, the smug affair partner, folded immediately under deposition, a coward desperate to protect his own fortune. The court awarded me the house, the majority of our assets, and alimony payments from her, a final, bitter irony. She was ruined. Socially, professionally, and financially. She lost her job, her friends, and the respect she had so carefully cultivated. I sometimes see her, a ghost haunting the streets of a city that once adored her. She looks older, worn down by the weight of her choices. Our eyes met once across a crowded street. There was no anger in her gaze, just a vast, empty wasteland of regret. I didn't feel triumph or satisfaction. I just felt nothing. The love was gone. The hate had burned itself out. All that remained was the quiet, haunting echo of what we once had. I had my revenge, but it didn't fix what was broken inside me. It just made the silence louder. The end.